Karma Mini.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha Kamesha Krodhesha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Mahashano Mahapapma Vidhyenam Miha Vairinam. The blessed Lord said, "It is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of the contact with the material modes of passion and later transformed into wrath, and which is the all-devouring, sinful enemy of this world." Dhumena vahanir yatha darsho malena cha yatholbena vrito garbhas tatha tene damavritam. As fire is covered by smoke, as a mirror is covered by dust, or as the embryo is covered by the womb, similarly the living entity is covered by different degrees of this lust. Avritam jnanametena jnanino nityavairina kamarupena kaunteya dushpurena nalena cha. Thus a man's pure consciousness is covered by his eternal enemy in the form of lust, which is never satisfied and which burns like fire. A person is harmed and sometimes killed by the enemy. So there is no harm by anything external to us. All the harm is because of this enemy which is called lust, which is sitting within us. What is this lust? Krishna tells, Kamesha Krodesha Rajoguna Samudbhavaha. When a living entity becomes forgetful of God, comes in contact with the material nature, then the tendency of loving God gets transformed into lust. Just like the milk is transformed into curds. So now we think, this lust is very nice. Let me satisfy my lust. And this is the biggest mistake. Why mistake? Because Krishna is telling here, Dushpurena analena cha. Dushpurena means it is never satisfied. As we discussed previously, it is like itching sensation of an eczema patient who is having wet sores on his body. If you try to scratch it, the sore worsens. Itching increases and ultimately it starts bleeding. In a similar fashion, the lust is never satisfied. Have we not experienced? And lust does not mean only sex pleasure. That is a grossest manifestation of lust. Lust means, this also we have discussed, Atmendriya Priti Vancha Tare Bari Kam. Any tendency to enjoy one's senses directly independent of Krishna's pleasure, that is called lust. Even sexual pleasure is not lust if one is using sex life for producing Krishna conscious children. That also Krishna will mention further. Dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamo asmi bhartarshava. Krishna is not against sex life. Otherwise, why there is grahastha ashram? But it should be ashram. All the activities are for spiritual advancement. When sex life is done for spiritual advancement, right, spiritual soul is brought into this world, then such sex life, Krishna tells, I am that sex life. So sex life is authorized, but if it is for spiritual advancement, a spiritual child is brought into this world. By chanting the mantras, purification of consciousness, it should be executed in proper time. Many regulations are there. But if a person tries to enjoy sex pleasure just for personal gratification, then that is called lust. If a person enjoys any of the senses for one's own enjoyment, then that is called lust. Atmendriya Priti Vancha. Even desire for name and fame, prestige in society, that is also subtle form of lust. Any kind of tendency of independent enjoyment is lust. And we think, oh, if I satisfy the demands of tongue, skin, genitals, or mind, name, fame, I will be satisfied. But have we not experienced we are never satisfied? We want more sex with different partners, with different genders, with different species also. It is never satisfied. You eat, you want to eat more, different varieties of food at different locations, never satisfied. Sleep, you want to sleep more and more, never satisfied. You want to watch videos, want to watch more and more, never satisfied. So it is like fire. Analena, anala means fire. It burns like fire. The more you supply fuel, the more it burns. So thus a person is completely frustrated and perplexed. That is why the World Health Organization is ranking United States of America as one of the most depressed nations of the world for last 3-4 years. Why? They have so much GDP, so many nice technological advancement, most advanced defense mechanisms, nice warships, nice commandos, everything. And even unemployed person is having so much of money, nice education, state education, nice healthcare, everything is there. But why depression? And we have seen in our life also, lust never satisfies. Now you have 10 million rupees, you want 100 million. And why the most intelligent people are not able to understand? Because Krishna tells, Indriyani manobuddhir asyadhisthanamuchyate etair vimohyatyesha jnanam avritya dehinam. The senses, the mind and the intelligence are the sitting places of this lust, which veils the real knowledge of the living entity and bewilders him. Why we are not able to understand? Because so as we analyze the situation, the strategic position of enemy before launching an attack, it is important to know where the enemy is sitting. So before we attempt to defeat lust, we need to know where the lust sits. So Krishna tells here to identify the enemy's location. And the enemy is sitting in senses, mind and intelligence also. So we are helpless. Because the lust is sitting on the intelligence, a person is not able to understand this simple concept. Thus Krishna has used the word here, Jnanam avritya dehinam. Jnanam avritya means cover. It covers the knowledge, veils the knowledge. Jnana Vijnana Nashanam it is called. It destroys Jnana and Vijnana, as Krishna mentions in the next shloka.